Hello everyone, today we'll look at how to make some basic and important chords. By the end of this video you'll learn how to make these important chords and basic chord shapes. You will also learn about the Roman number system, some interesting chord progressions and voicings. Also by the end I will be giving away a small collection of my favorite yet simple chord progressions. We have discussed in the previous tutorial about how any scale has a certain formula. Similarly, every chord has a formula which can be used across any of the 12 notes. All you have to do is use notes as per the formula and you will get the desired chord. To show in practice, we will discuss some of the most used chords for like say major, minor, major 7, minor 7, diminished chord, an augmented chord, and many others, but the point is they all have a simple formula which you have to follow. The most important chords across any music in the history up until now are the major and the minor. They both depict completely opposite feelings yet are only different by a note. Let me show you what I mean by that. For major chords, say from C major key as it's the easiest key, C major chord consists of C, E, G, that is there is a pattern here. The interval between each note is 1, 4, 7. That is from the root note as the first note, the first, the fourth note and the seventh note. Similarly, for a C minor we have a C, D sharp and G. Here the pattern is 1, 3, 7. 1, 3, 7. And these formulas of major and minor applies across all major and minor chords respectively. Say for F major, G major, D major, say B minor, A minor, or even D sharp minor. The interval remains same. There are many other chord shapes, probably thousands other than these, and FL Studio gives you the luxury to browse through them without learning all the shape. So to do so, you have to go into the piano roll to this stamp icon, click on it, and here in this chords section you have a pretty simple but mostly used chords here, but here you have also the advanced chords where you can browse through all the advanced chords that FL Studio provides you, and that's pretty much that you will need for a long time. So to use this feature, go to the icon and select any chords, let's say major, and place it on the root note. Just click anywhere on the root note. Let's say for G major, click on G and the chord is made, and you can adjust the length, and these three notes are actually currently grouped, so whatever changes made to one note will be done to all the three notes. And if you want to ungroup them, press Alt G and you can adjust them individually now. Now similarly I will take another chord, let's say minor this time, E minor, sorry, yeah, another major, C, and the last chord another major, and you have a simple chord progression right there. So as now you saw this feature, there should be no limits except of your imagination to come up with new, unique and interesting chord progressions. And in addition to the previous video, here you can also find major scales, not major scale, all the major scales that are used, and some small drum patterns also. Now, as I said earlier about the Roman number system, it's a system used across almost all musicians to translate chord progressions without actually telling each chord. If you have seen something like this, don't be overwhelmed. That's just a system of representation for a chord progression, and how it works is as such. All notes from a scale is assigned a Roman number starting from the root note. All the major chords are assigned a capital letter and the minor chords are assigned a small letter. There are some advanced notations for such as a diminished, augmented and other chords, which we shall discuss in a more advanced tutorial. In each scale, every note has at least one chord, which is given by the family of chords. There's a chart for it. I will show it on the screen right now, and I'll also give a link to that in the description. We will look at this example of a C major scale, say. Now in C major scale, the C has a major chord, D has a minor, E has a minor, F has a major, G has a major, A has a minor, B has a diminished chord, and C has a major. So that's how each note from the C major scale is assigned a chord. You can try the same with a minor scale too, just the formula is a bit shifted rather not changed. You can try it out yourself, though I will give you this hint for an A minor scale. So for an A minor, that's how it would be for a minor scale, and you should go ahead and try it out on different scales. Now moving towards some of my favorite chord progressions. These are just simplified versions of a more complex structure, yet gives kind of the same feel. Let's take a scale to start with. I will go with F major. Now that's a 1, then a 4, then a 2, and then a 5. Now let's take another example. Now this one I kind of like it a lot because this helps change the feel of the song quite in a sweet way, from a happy to a sad. 1, 3, 4, minor 4, and to end with a 1. Now let's try another one. Now I don't use these chord progressions for every song. Actually, how I approach chord progression is by listening to the song or just jamming out. I don't start up with the same chord progression every time, but there's a way to it how I approach it, and I'm gonna show you that right now. So what I do is go ahead and just draw out the root notes of the chords. Say now that would be now what I will do is I will either refer to the family of chords chart, or I will just go on and add notes from the scale to get chords. Now I remember which note will have which chord for a major scale, so I know that F has a F major for a F major scale. So similarly I will just go ahead and draw all the chords. So the chord progression would sound something like this. So that's how you come up with chord progressions, and you can add different notes on top of it to make it a different chord. Like if I add a E here, that's an F major 7. Now an interesting fact about chords is that as the voicing of a chord is changed, it also changes how the chord is perceived. For those who don't know what voicing is, a chord only needs to contain the notes given by its formula. You can although use it across the octaves. I'll give you some example. Say for a C major, we discussed that this is a C major, a C, E and a G. But if I use the same notes but play it like this, it's still a C major, or even like this, it's still a C major. I can go ahead and even use another C on top, but the chord will remain same because it only contains these 3 notes. So sometimes to make the chord feel grand, you can use these tricks and get something like this. That will give your sound a more rich feel. So now other than C major, you have, let's say, A sharp major. The same A sharp major can be played like this, or even played like this. It's up to you to decide. Now one thing that I should mention is that the lowest note, if it isn't the root note, there's not a problem, but the chord's name will change. For example, this is a C major and it's a C/G major. Similarly, this can give your chords a more fuller feel or even a different sense. A good example should be like going from F major to C. Now if you have noticed that the lowest note that I used for both of these chords is C, it gives the chord progression a much more coming to home like feel. We can take another look. So these are different ways of using these voicings Now we have reached the end of this video. Before concluding, I will give you my free chart of chords with some of my favorite chord progressions. I will give you an Instagram post link in the description. Thank you for watching this video. If you still have any doubts about this topic, you can ask in the comments and I will clarify those in the future videos. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment your views down below, and also if you want to get more such videos straight to you, hit that subscribe button and press that bell symbol. Thank you and bye bye.